Hello, tea family, and welcome to our Brew and Buy live sale tonight. We're going to have a fun tea party. We've got lots of exciting things, so please feel free to say hello. Let us know what you're drinking tonight, and say hello in the chat comments depending on how you're watching and with us. Now, I do want to go over briefly how this live sale is going to work. This is not like a traditional Sunday live for us where I can talk and we interact through the comments. This is going to be a little bit different. We are going to have a bunch of items that special gift sets and different things that we're going to be premiering today. And so if you see something you like, there will be numbers like this. And all you have to do is put in the chat or comments mine, the number and then mine, or the number and sold. Either one works. That's how we'll do it. We do have some exciting things. Now, I do want to talk briefly about one thing. We will actually close this show out on Thursday. There's a reason we've got a delay. I'll talk about that later. Okay. Hi, Jill. Jill's drinking her iced peach tea. I think that's her peach tea. That's her custom blend we created for her. So that's awesome. Welcome, Jill and Stephanie. One of the things that we're going to be doing is we're going to close out the show on Thursday, and it is the peach tea. Wonderful. I'll send out invoices on Friday, then we'll be shipping like Saturday and or Monday, depending on the invoice situation. Now, one of the reasons for that is because, well, I'm going to leave it hanging there for just a second because we'll get into that in a minute or two. And I'm going to talk specifically why we have a slight delay this time. Normally we ship pretty quick. Kim is drinking Summer Kiss tonight. Welcome, Amy. It's so wonderful to see you. So if you all have questions along the way, please put them in the chat or the comments. You're like, I forget how we were doing this. I have a handy dandy assistant who's sitting over here multitasking tonight. He has lots of things that he needs to be helping me keep track of. And so we are going to say a thank you to him right away. Now, remember, in the chat or the comments, you put mine and then the number or sold in the number. And I know Stephanie's drinking Onyx chai. I probably could have called that if I really thought about it, but that's awesome. Now, I did promise you a couple of things. First of all, I promised you 2 event-only tea blends. But you know what? I like to under-promise and over-deliver. So we have 3 tea blends that will only be available for this event. All right, so we have 3 coming up tonight instead of just 2. Second, I want to talk about the shipping again. Although we'll be shipping later in the week, one of the things that I've done is I've kind of guesstimated what I think it's going to cost in shipping, but you'll pay actual shipping, which is, you know, usually pretty close, maybe a little bit less. And if you buy more than one item, I will combine them. So it'll definitely be less than those 2. But I always try and give everybody an idea of what your shipping will be. All right. I'm trying to check my notes. You're going to see me looking at my notes quite a lot. Look at that. Lots of blue ink there. All right. So we're going to go ahead. One other thing is we're going to be premiering our gift set. And so these gift sets are going to be at some of our local Kansas shows, as we are from Kansas, Amy. But I have a limited number. So if you all buy them up tonight, you buy them up tonight. So certain things, the gift sets and the tea blends that are event only, more than one can be ordered. So I just wanted to put that out. All right, we are going to go ahead and get started. Again, if you have questions, put them in the comments or the chat. We've got lots of exciting things that we're going to be doing tonight. Let's go ahead and get started. And you saw this number already, but we're going to start with number 106. And what we're going to call this is Tea's Quiet Moment Gift Set. And it is not necessarily going to be shipped in this box because it needs a bigger box. And this one's a cardboard. But this is for a quiet moment. It's going to include a mug, it is going to include a teapot. Here, let me do this. A teapot. Now this has an infuser inside, and this is 25 ounces. So you could brew that 3 times and have your 3 cups right away. So it has a teapot and infuser. Let's put this here so you can see it. It has 2 ounces of tea. It has Highland Dawn and Ruby Chai. It has the perfect teapot spoon in there so that you would 1 spoon into the teapot. Amy Jo, free pickup is available in Manhattan. That is absolutely not a problem. We're out of the Junction City area, so that'll do. So 2 ounces. Remember, each of these makes 30 to 33 cups worth of tea. Ruby Chai is our caffeine-free chai blend. It has rooibos, cardamom, cinnamon, and clove. And then Highland Dawn, this is our take on a Scottish breakfast, so a breakfast blend. And then the other thing it has, and this one is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to hand that over to you. This is a little bit different. This is a leather journal. And this one is very special. It's the only one like this. So this is just because I wanted to give people coming to the show something a little bit special. So it unwraps. And then if you look, it has very original type pages. Just very simple, you know, kind of man-made paper pages in here. And it's a blank journal. So this one is only in this quiet moment gift set today. This one, I only have 1 journal like this. I do want to show you, if you're going to be at any of the events that we do, as I just try and tie this back up and drop it back in here. It is going to, the leather journal that we'll include will look like this instead. And it's just a little different. But this is what, only 1, and then the rest will have this. Okay. This is normally will retail for $48, but for the show tonight, it is going to be $40. So you're going to get the teapot, the mug, the perfect pot spoon, the 2 ounces of tea, and the journal to have that quiet time, that restful, quiet moment. Okay, and then again, that is number 106. So 106. Okay. Next, we're going to move on to number 207. So 207. And we are going to, this one has a nice big mug. It has lavender garden tea in our deluxe tin. Lavender Garden is a green tea blend with it's our Emerald Garden blend, but it has a little bit of lavender in there just to smooth it out, add a little floral note. And also Irish Sunrise. Now, Irish Sunrise, if I can get my light right, there you go. Irish Sunrise, again, in the deluxe tin, that is our morning Irish or our Irish breakfast blend, but it also has a little bit of cinnamon in there. And this is number 207. This is $25, and we estimate shipping to be roughly $8, maybe less. So that is number 207. And we're just kind of keeping it simple, calling that one 2 tins and a cup. All right, next one is number 174. 174. And it is a latte set. And really, it is the nice, big, huge. This is more than 24 ounces. I want to say this is like a 28-ounce cup. It is huge. I mean, there's the size of my palm. And it's bigger than that. Nice and deep. I love this one. If you've watched me do reels or videos and making tea lattes, a lot of times I'll use this so you can see the layers and everything like that. So you get, and it's very heavy duty glass. And then you get a deluxe tin of Miss Stephanie's favorite onyx chai. Now this is a black tea from Sri Lanka. It also has cardamom, cinnamon, clove, and a little bit of nutmeg in it. Each of our chai blends are just a little bit different. We blend to balance with the teas. So this set altogether, number 174, we're calling the latte set. That is $15, and shipping should be $6 or $7. All right. Everybody ready for their first event tea? You ready? You ready? Here it is. We have number 107, and it is Dragon's Breath. Now, this is a very smoky oolong blend. If you want to go ahead and set up the next one. Very smoky oolong. So oolong can have a lot of different flavors. Some people have it more on the toasted kind of almond side. Other people have it on the smokier side. This is a very smoky blend. We called it Dragon's Breath because it is bold. It's got that smoky, and it kind of has a bite to it. And we thought, what better to describe than Dragon's Breath? Because dragons are going to have smoke, and they're going to have a bite, etc. So this is number 107. Now, what would I pair this oolong blend with? Well, this is a blend of oolong teas. I would put this with a charcuterie board, especially one that has aged cheese in it, like a Parmesan or a cheddar, something that's aged quite some time. They're going to be your stronger cheeses. A hearty grain dish, like toasted wild rice with some veggies and different things like that. Let's see, what else would I put with this? I would put dark chocolate desserts, anything like it's got a dark chocolate. So if you make a French silk pie, like my handy dandy assistant is known to make on occasion, but you made it with dark chocolate as opposed to semi-sweet or a regular milk chocolate, this would be the perfect pairing. So this one you can order as many ounces as you would like. It is $8 for 1 ounce or 2 ounces for $15. You grab that for me. And one of the things we're going to do is we're going to use Dragon's Breath right now. And we're going to make a mocktail. So everybody ready? That's 107. We're going to actually make a mocktail, which is why I'm kind of creating all this room here. All right. So we're going to take a glass. We are going to take some pineapple. So this is just chunked. For us, it's chunked organic pineapple. We just, take an organic pineapple and cut some out. All right, there we go. All right, as much pineapple as you would like. And then we're just gonna muddle that. I don't have an official muddler. So we just kind of chunk this up. I like to try and get some of the juice out. All right. Now, this can be as chunky as you want. If you didn't have fresh pineapple, you can use canned, or you can just use pineapple juice. We like to have a little fun. And we love to use the fresh fruit if at all possible. Okay. Now, earlier today, we made some Dragon's Breath oolong tea. So we've got a smoky tea. We did brew it and then we cooled it off. So probably about 4 to 6 ounces of that. We're going to add a little bit of acid. So I would use a fresh lemon juice, but I just used my last lemon. So we have to go to the backup. About a teaspoon of lemon juice. 100%. You don't want the fake stuff in there. Okay. We're also going to add, I'm going to mix it up a little bit. And for our mocktail, we're going to add, I don't know, about a tablespoon of grenadine. See how it's kind of pinkish on the bottom and lighter on the top. And then we're going to finish it off. There we are. Hi, Diane. Diane's got starlight hair. hot. I'm going to finish it off with like an ounce or so of ginger ale. Now you could use a ginger beer, you could use sparkling water. I just like having a little fizz with mine. And then there's that. Cheers. We're calling this our smoky pineapple cooler. Okay, so the first thing you get is the tea with a hint of pineapple and then the smoke flavor added in. Really, really nice and smooth. Now, if you could ice this down. Well, I'm not going to worry about adding ice because it looks like my handy dandy assistant stole it. I agree, it is good. All right. And this is what our smoke, what our dragon's breath looks like. There's the oolong blend right there. All right. Well, that was number 107. That was the smoky pineapple cooler. I don't think I'm getting it back. All right. Well, we're going to move on. And we're going to talk about our number 130, which is our beach summer tin. All right. So you get this little tin. It says wish upon a starfish. And you've got 1 ounce of lemon zinger. So lemon zinger is a ginger lemon green tea. And again, you can brew it 3 times. So you're going to have 30 to 33 cups in the 1 ounce. We've got a nice beachy sort of mug. And then we have some honey with a little stirry. So this all together, number 130, our summer beach tin. This is $18. We think the shipping will probably be between $6 and $7 as much as we could say, but this is number 130. Yep, it is Remy B's local honey. So if you're in the Junction City, Manhattan area, this is very local honey for you, even to Topeka. Very local honey, which is always a good thing. All right, next we're going to go to number 110. 110. It would be nice if these would stand how they're supposed to. And then we're going to call this our starter kit. This is really good if you have, especially, it has a really cute box. There you go. See, it's a really cute box. This one will come in this box, but we have everything out. It has 1 ounce of Highland Dawn. Again, that's our Scottish breakfast tea. Very popular. It has, again, that perfect cup of tea, and it has an infuser with it. I don't want to take this one out of the bubble wrap because it's still all taped up. I will show you the infuser, but it is, can you grab the infuser? Does this one have an infuser? No. Can you grab one of the, here, no, I got one. All right. Technical difficulties. So it has an infuser, so it can sit on your cup. Plenty of room for your tea to be able to go. That's always important. You want to have enough space so that you get all your flavor. And this is number 110, and it is, the starter set is $22. We think the shipping will probably be about $6. So that is that one. All righty. Next, where am I? I'm at number 126. This is our bee and flower box. You know me, when I go places and I find these really cute boxes, I can't resist. And we haven't taped it, but it has a magnetic down here, and it can collapse flat, but you can also take the tape off and do it. But inside, you'll see we have 1 ounce in the deluxe tin of green mint and 1 ounce in a deluxe tin of breakfast blend. We have the infuser that you just saw. And we have another perfect spoon for measuring out. So you can just take 1 spoon, put it in here, and you are good to go with your tea. So this is number 126 in our bee and flower box. It is $28, and we figure shipping should be $7 or $8. So that is number 126. Okay, number 191. Okay, number 191. This is not in the box it will ship in because it will need to be packed very carefully, and you will find out. Now this is 191, and this is what we're calling our total self-care gift box. All righty. You can see why. Okay. So first, again, you're going to see that teapot infuser. It is cute. There we go. It's the infuser. It's 25 ounces, so a little over 3 cups. We can take it out and show you what it looks like. There we are. But it's a really cute teapot infuser. So here's the infuser, so you can take that out so you don't overbrew your tea and make it bitter. And helps if I have it where I can see it. There we are. There. And then you see there's the top. So it has this teapot. I'm going to put that here, so we'll wrap it up back up. It has a nice big mug. All right. And again, number 191. It has a little thing of honey for your tea. It has 2 ounces of tea. It has an ounce of breakfast blend and Ancient Green Dragon. Ancient Green Dragon is a vanilla jasmine green tea blend. Very nice. Again, so each of these is 30 to 33 cups worth of tea. It even has a candle. So you can kind of see. It's always a matter of getting the light right. There you go. So there's the candle. It is a soy wax candle. It has actually been made with our Sunset Black Tea. So our Sunset Black Tea is just a simple black tea blend with orange zest in it. And that is exactly what this candle has. It was brewed in the oil, etc., so that it would have it. Yep, we lost a tea for a second. It, of course, has the teapot, perfect teapot spoon, so you know exactly how much to use in your teapot. There we go. Man, not done anymore. And then it has this Post-it note. So why does it have a Post-it note? Because I am actually going to show you an incredible website from a local lady who makes incredible soaps. And so it's Wildflower Wish soap. She took our Ancient Dragon tea, Ancient Green Dragon tea. And so these are some of the soaps that she's made, but she made a soap specifically with our tea. In fact, if you go and follow Wildflower Wish soap on Facebook or on Instagram, you're going to see videos of her putting it together. Now, she is absolutely amazing. Highly recommend, but we are really excited. The thing is, this is why we're having a delay. I won't get the soap because it has to cure for 4 weeks, and the last of that ends on Thursday. Hence the reason why we will close out the show on Thursday, and then we'll start shipping on Saturday and next Monday. So that way I can get it. So this is the placeholder, but you'll have a nice big bar of cold processed soap. She used our Ancient Green Dragon tea. And so you'll have a breakfast blend, and you'll have our Sunset Black tea in a candle. the cup, the infuser, everything that you need for a total self-care. And this one is, again, number 191. And where am I? This is normally retails for $60. Tonight it'll be $50, but we estimate shipping to be about $12. It's got quite a bit in there, and we want to make sure we pack it up. So that's the total self-care box, and that's also why we're having a delay with our shipping this time. All right. Kind of put this stuff together. So I have to say, when the candles and the soaps, you smell everything, and oh my goodness, so amazing. But her Facebook name is Wildflower Wish Soaps, Jill, and I highly recommend. She does everything in her home with her two little ones. Every once in a while, she'll do a reel, and you'll see them kind of walking through or anything like that. Just a super great lady, and we decided we were going to do this together. I am like so excited to put the soaps out there. So she did an entire batch of this soap just for me. So excited. All right. So let's get to our first giveaway. Can I have the one that you see? I don't want to give it away. We're going to do a giveaway, all right? Her soaps and lotions are really, truly heavenly. They really, really are. We were making our own shower gels, and then I started to use her stuff, and got it for Rich, and both of us just absolutely love it. So Wildflower Wish, yes. All right, everybody ready? So the first person who puts the word that I tell you, I'm going to tell you a word, and the first person that puts that word in the chat or comments is going to win 1 ounce of Aloha Breeze. So this was 1 ounce that we have left over from our previous live, which would have been in April. We do them quarterly. We do our live sales quarterly, and it has white tea in it. It has freeze-dried pineapple, freeze-dried mango, and vanilla bean in it. It is a very light tea, very low in caffeine. And are you ready for the word? For the giveaway? We'll see who's going to win. Ready? The word is Hawaii.
Spelling counts.
Spelling. Handy Dandy Assistant says that spelling counts, everybody. So the first person who puts Hawaii in the chat, Stephanie got it. Stephanie beat everybody. Oh, no, wait. Yep, Stephanie got it. But man, it was close. Amy and Jill were right behind. And then Kim. Congratulations, Stephanie. You have 1 ounce of Aloha Breeze coming your way. You might want to not let your other friends know where it is, because I know there's some people that are really wanting that one. Okay. So while I was talking about this, and we still have this smoky oolong, I wanted to tell you about another mocktail you could do with it. Take equal parts of your smoky oolong, your dragon's breath oolong, and lemonade. Now, I would recommend you make your own personal lemonade with lemon juice and whatever kind of sweetener, honey, sugar, etc. that you use. Make your own lemonade and do equal parts of the two. And then I would add a squeeze of lime juice in it, or if you are like a teaspoon of lime juice in there. And then that is what I would call a campfire lemonade. If you wanted to garnish that glass, I would put a charred slice of lemon on it that's been charred, and it would be really, really good. We did test it, but we thought, well, most people I could talk everybody through that one, but that would be a campfire lemonade that you could also use with this smoky oolong that we have. Alrighty then. So, everybody ready? Okay. So, number 131. Number 131 is what I call our 1/2 ounce sampler box tonight. It is a really cool magnetic box. It is great and already pre-set for gifts. And in it, it has a ½ ounce of our green tea, Ancient Green Dragon. That's that green tea, jasmine, and vanilla. In the middle, my personal favorite, Serene Sunrise. That's a black tea blend, and it has cinnamon in there. And then Nautical Twilight, which is our handy dandy assistant's favorite blend. That is a ginger hibiscus caffeine-free blend. So we have a black tea, we have a green tea, and we have a caffeine-free tea. Now, if any of the ingredients in any of our tea mixes has something that you're allergic to, we can always substitute in something else. If you had a health reason why you couldn't have any caffeine, we can always put 3 caffeine-free blends in, or 2 caffeine-free blends in whatever our boxes are to help meet that medical need. But that is number 131, and that is $16, and we think the shipping should only be about $6 on that one, unless the post office goes up again, which they're not allowed to do.
I have another one, please.
Another one? Not right now. Okay, so number 101. You ready for this one? Let me show it to you. This one is another oolong blend. It looks a little different. It's a different one. So you can see they're different. But that's our smoky oolong. This is more of a traditional oolong blend.
Stephanie said mine, LOL.
That was from the Aloha. And this one we're calling Moonlit Oolong. So this is going to have a little bit of smoke to it, just a little bit. Still going to be a bold oolong. It's still going to be closer to a black tea than a green tea, because an oolong is about halfway in between. And this one is a lighter note. It's going to have a slightly nuttier flavor to it. Whereas the Dragon's Breath is a very smoky one. This is just going to have a hint of something in there. It's not going to have anywhere near that bite and smoke that the other one did. So this one is Moonlit Oolong. And again, it's just a simple oolong blend. Uses different oolongs in there. And this one, what would I put it with? Some, if you like dim sum, so you know the steamed shrimp little tempura, they'll have like scallion pancakes, or they might have barbecue shredded pork sandwiches, mini sandwiches, or sometimes they'll put chicken in there. Those are kind of like dim sum types of Asian flavored barbecue, things like that. This would also be really good with anything that has a stone fruit in it. So anything from a peach cobbler, and it's peach season, to an apricot tart. So any of your fruits, anything that's a plum, anything that's going to have that stone fruit in stone pit in the middle, this would be really, really good with. The other thing I am trying to make sure I have it. This is more going to be soft cheese. Soft cheeses like a brie cheese, camembert. I don't speak French. It's one of the languages I don't speak. Sorry, everybody. But also nuts. If you were going to have a tea and you were going to have a snack, a high protein like nuts and seeds kind of a snack, this would be the tea that I would pair that with. This is 101. Again, it's $8 for one. It's 2 ounces for $15. Shipping should be the typical, should come in at around $6. This is number 101, and this is Moonlit Oolong. Now, you could use this Moonlit Oolong in either of those 2 mocktail recipes that I already gave you. But there you go. All right, that's 101. And now we're going to move to 143. So I am really excited about this one. This is the one that I have been looking forward to, and I think you'll understand. Again, it will come in a slightly sturdier box, but This should look familiar. So we're calling this our tea mocktail set. You see me, I make tea on Sunday Lives. I make mocktails. I do different things like that, especially around the holiday season where you have a lot of people that don't want to drink alcohol. You're doing a lunchtime or in-office thing. This is what is great. So what do we have? We have 2 ounces of tea. We have Sunlit Orchard, which is a ginger apple herbal blend, completely caffeine free, very popular. We also have our a breakfast blend because a lot of teas people want that kind of tea flavor to start as the base for their mocktail. In addition, you have your own shaker jar. I am just hopeful that your shaker, you do better with yours. I typically make a mess when I use a shaker jar, hence no shaker jars tonight while I have everything. You're going to get a jigger, so a 1/2 ounce and a 1 ounce so that it's easy. Then you don't have to take all your measuring cups out. It has a teaspoon, the perfect cup spoon, so you know exactly how much tea to use when you go to do it. And since so many times when we are making a mocktail, we're brewing the tea, I have the exact same single serving tea bags that I use. These are unbleached. They're 100% cotton. They're not processed in a machine. So there's no metals, there's no plastics, there's nothing, anything like that. It's 100% cotton, unbleached. You'll get 20 of those. And you'll get this really cool tumbler for you to make a mocktail in. So this entire set, number 143, will retail at the events for $48. Tonight, 143 is only $40, and you'll have everything that you need to make a mocktail. So there you go. And I'm going to very gently and carefully put this back in. Exactly. So there's also going to be one other thing included in 143, and that is 5 recipe cards for 5 of our most popular mocktails that you would use those 2 teas for. So those 5 recipes will be included in there. You can't really read them from the internet like that. So, okay, number 128 right here. So we are going to call this our candle and soap set, and I think you'll see why. Number 128. This has the 2 teas that we use. So the Sunset Black, that black tea and orange zest tea that we use to make the candle, and the Ancient Green Dragon, that vanilla jasmine green tea blend that we used to make the soap. You'll get a bar of the soap, and so put that up there. And again, you'll get a candle, and these are in tins. They really are tight tins. There you go. Oh, every time I open it, it smells so good. But there you go. Again, soy wax, better for you, better for the environment, less soot, excuse me. But this is what is going to be in this basket. That is 128. And that is going to be $28. We think the shipping should be around 6 or 7. So let me do that. And I'm going to get something else ready really, really quickly in the background. All right. And there we are. Don't worry about that yet. I just had to get it ready. Okay. So I am excited about number 175. This is a fun one. And there's a yay, Jill's going to get number 128. How exciting. So this is what our typical 1/2 ounce sampler sets look like. We typically have one, like this is our green tea one, where you get 9 different teas, each having a ½ ounce and a ½ ounce tin. I've talked about this one a lot tonight, the Ancient Green Dragon. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so it has a ½ ounce. So if we said an ounce has 30 to 33 cups, each one of these ½ ounces has about half of that. So 15 to 18 cups of tea per, but you're getting 9 of them, right? Well, I'm not going to just sell you my standard green tea set, and I'm not going to just sell you my standard sampler that has 3 black teas, 3 green teas, and 3 herbal or caffeine-free blends. What I am actually going to do is say, you pick what the 9 teas are, and you're going to have a custom ½ ounce sampler set, and that's what we're calling number 175 is a custom ½ ounce sampler set. I am even going to say you could choose event only flavors or things that are only available in like our Advent tin. For instance, breakfast rose is typically only available in our Advent tin. Lady Grey is only available in our Advent tin. The only thing that you can pick any tea blend we've ever created with the exception of our leap year. I want to put that in there. I know I was talking to a couple people about our leap year tea earlier. You can choose other event only flavors. Yes, Kim, absolutely. You can choose whatever event flavors. So if you wanted to get 9 ½ ounces of Aloha Breeze, you technically could. The only thing you cannot get in here is you cannot get our leap year. That tea is only available on years that we have a leap year. It only comes out for a limited amount of time. So $175, it is $40. We figure shipping should be about $12 because you get 4½ ounces of tea plus the tins and everything like that. It will come in a box. It won't be this box, but it will come in a box. That's $175.
It may come with a partridge in a pear tree.
It's not going to come with a partridge. Okay. Kim's like, that's sad, but okay. I know Kim really loves that leap year tea. And that's great. I know I'll probably have to make more. All right, Kim's taking a custom. Awesome. Thank you. All righty then. And then we are going to do another giveaway. Can I have the other tea, please? I have 1 ounce of Harmony blend left. So this tea is typically available in April, May, and June. Harmony is a green tea with freeze-dried strawberries and orange zest. It is extremely popular. It is great for mocktails. The green tea does have a little bit of caffeine in it, but like super light tea, very refreshing. That's the one word that people say every time they try it when we do samples. They're like, that's so refreshing. It's a very light tea. It's not heavy. Huh? So one of the things that we have here is 1 ounce left. You know, I don't let tea sit around. We want to keep our tea fresh all the time. So we only try and make what we're going to sell, but every once in a while I make 1 ounce too much. So with the Harmony, I will give this out to the very first person who puts in the chat or comments the word spring. If you put spring, the first one to pop up with that, that's the person who's going to win the Harmony.
I won.
You can't win. You're not eligible, handy dandy assistant. Now, I will say, keep in mind, we do have a really big giveaway right at the end. All right, here, can you take your pineapple? And while we are waiting, and Jill got it first. Congratulations, Jill. You have Harmony. All right. Now, I am going to make another mocktail, and we're going to call this one a smoked maple mocktail. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to still use that oolong tea. We're using our smoky oolong tea. We're going to do probably about 4 to 6 ounces. We're going to add about 1 to 2 ounces of apple cider. Then, now, Jill, I happen to know, lives in the best place to get organic maple syrup, but I don't, and we ran out. But, yep. You can add, now I added just a tiny bit, but that's because I'm not a super high sugar, but you're going to add a little bit of maple syrup. And we're going to give that a little stir. We're going to knock in some ice cubes that are melting. It's over like 108 with heat index outside, everybody. So even with AC, it's a little warm in here. Now, I will need a cloth, please, honey. Then I like mine. So you could add a little bit of ginger or sparkling water, or you could leave it flat. And I always make a mess when I make mocktails. Alrighty. And then, you know, a cinnamon stick, you could pop that in there. You could even do like a slice of fresh apple. That would be a great way to make your drink look pretty. But here's this mocktail. That's so nice. So the first thing that I feel I taste is the tea and the cider, which blend really, really well. It has a little smokiness. Really reminds me of being in New England. And when you go to the sugar shacks, like typically sugar it's done towards the winter time frame, as I recall. Like the spring, winter doesn't end in New England, everybody. Like if you don't live in New England, you don't understand. Winter just really sometimes doesn't end for someone like me that's cold all the time. But you kind of have like a little bit of the smoke from people that are doing the wood burning fireplaces and stuff, or in the background, or from the sugar shack. You get that cider, you get a little bit of the sweetness from the apple cider, and the I can taste the maple afterwards. Really, really amazing. I highly encourage you to try it. A sugar shack. I do have more than one sampler I can do for the 175 still, if you would like the custom. I can make 2 custom samplers. I'm happy to do that. This is really, really good. So in case you don't know what a sugar shack is, I mean, they used to be shacks, but it's where they boil down. Awesome, Jill, we'll make that happen. You boil down the sap that you get out of the maple trees when you're making the maple syrup. And so those sugar shacks is what they're called up there, but that's where they boil down that maple sap and make it into the maple syrup. Okay, I was like, when you grow up in New England, there are certain terms you know, and I think this is why we appreciate Rich so much, because he's like, people who don't live in New England might not understand what a sugar shack is, but like that's kind of the feel.
Like Diane Tower has no idea what a sugar shack is.
I know that Diane Tower does know what a sugar shack is. All right, everybody, let's go to our next one. This is number 127. And this is just a really, I took it easy on myself. It's just a really pretty flower and leaf box. This is why I also had to clean here. It has a deluxe tin of evening mint. So this one is, or evening mint, there we go, is completely caffeine free. It has chamomile, lavender, and peppermint in it. Very great if you're trying right in the evening when you're trying to go to bed. Typically when we're at an event and people ask us what's our best nighttime, this is the one we recommend. Most people like mint, so that works. And then it also has an ounce of our Emerald Garden. So this is a green tea blend, but this particular green tea blend does not have the bitter aftertaste. It doesn't have that bite. It just actually has just a little bit of sweetness to it. And that has to do with the tea leaves that we picked, the teas that we picked. And this is number 127, and this is $20 with the deluxe tins in our leaf box. All right. Okay, everybody. I told you there are going to be 3 different event-only teas. So number 142 is our third one of the evening, and we're calling this one a golden breakfast. A golden breakfast. This is basically our breakfast blend, but it also has vanilla bean in it. So a lot of people will call it like a French breakfast or a vanilla, but it's vanilla breakfast tea. It's our golden breakfast. And literally that's all it is. It has a blend of black teas and vanilla bean, and that's it. Adds just a little smoothness, adds a little sweetness naturally as it keeps falling over. It also has the element to it that it just smooths out the bold flavors, somewhat similar to how the cinnamon in the Serene Sunrise does. It just makes them a little bit more muted. You still get all the flavors, you still get to enjoy everything, but it's just a little bit of sweetness to it. Now, what would I pair with the golden breakfast vanilla breakfast tea? That's pretty easy. Just about any single breakfast pastry, including one right here. So I have a blueberry sourdough scone. So the wonderful lady from Lucky Duck Acres, Elliston, is she at Elliston? Estridge. She comes to one of the farmers markets that we attend every week, and she's right next to us in Junction City, and she comes and she sets up right next to us, which is always nice. And in fact, she's used some of our teas in some of her baked goods, and she does everything it has to do with sourdough. And these are sourdough scones, blueberry ones, very nice, all real ingredients. She actually has ducks, and so uses a duck egg as opposed to a traditional egg. But this is definitely what I would pair with this. Also, let's see, I would put pancakes, waffles, French toast, perfect. Let's see, shortbread or a butter cookie. I'm trying to look at anything else. Like, you know, when you're thinking of a tea, if you're having those kind of baked goods, something that might have the vanilla in it already, this is the tea. So our golden breakfast 1 ounce packs are 2 ounces for 15, or 2 1 ounce ones for 15. Shipping will probably be like $6 or so, but that is our third and final event only blend. All right.
Y'all better do that mocktail. My last mocktail she did with the maple syrup, that is awesome.
So you notice I don't get my mocktails back, right? You notice that he takes them and he drinks them. In fact, can I have that glass back, please?
No.
Let me see the glass for a second. This is how much he's had already. If you recall, it was up to here. I had a couple sips and he's had half of it already. Let's be gone. So there you go. There's your proof. It really does taste yummy. All right, number 105 is our next one. I like this. This one makes me happy. It's our comfort gift set, okay? And I know we talked about a lot of gift boxes this year. Obviously, this is not the box because nothing's fitting really well. It has this really pretty mug that's kind of a, not lavender, it's more like a periwinkle. I just love the mug. When we go to events, I can't go near the pottery people because they have the best stuff. It does have that infuser so that it can pop right here on your mug or on a to-go mug or anything like that. It has 2 ounces of tea. This one has Ancient Green Dragon, and this one has Serene Sunrise. And this one is also going to have a block of that Ancient Green Dragon soap. Just comforting things. Think about things you do to take care of yourself. The bath, a relaxing cup of tea, things like that. Now 142. All right. This one is normally going to sell for $35, our comfort gift box, but today it is $30. That is what this one has. I'm super excited. I wanted to try and think of things. We always have people who like tea or know somebody who likes tea. Thank you, honey. And they're looking for gifts. And so it's really hard for me to pick a tea. You know, I can ask some questions, but it's really hard for me to know what kind of tea they should give that person. And so that's why we've tried to put some different sets together this time. These are going to be going into our fall season. And we have one more to go. Everybody ready? Okay, this is the last one. And this is 124. And this is going to look a little familiar, but it's a holiday mocktail set. So it's a little bit different. You're still going to get 5 recipe cards. That's my note to remind me to tell you 5 recipe cards. Again, you're going to have the shaker. You're going to have some holiday little picks to put in the cups. You're going to have your honey, your Remy Bees honey, so you can make honey infused honey simple syrup. That's one of the ones I use in mocktails a lot. You have the jigger. I always try and leave everything in the plastic for everybody so you can measure everything out. You have this spoon, the perfect spoon. You have the glass. So this one's a little different. So you've already noticed we have the holiday picks. And you're going to have something else that nobody else can have until at least mid-September. So anything that you see here that's holiday themed, not going to be available till mid-September. Like our gift box is not going to be available till mid-September because we have the very first holiday season of the season, everybody. And mocha mint. So mocha mint is a peppermint and cacao caffeine-free. The only caffeine would come from the cacao itself. And then the holiday blend, which is a cranberry, oolong, orange, vanilla blend. And so again, the 5 recipe cards they're going to include from these 2 teas. We thought about adding appealing in there, but we thought, people are usually not having that appealing at that point. We thought we'd go with the holiday and the mocha and go a little bit more seasonal that way. So this is, I'm glad you like the mocha mint, Stephanie. It was a fun one to make. It's super simple, and sometimes you just need the right ingredients and it can set it off. So there are a lot of great mint recipes for mocktails and different things like that. I mean, you could turn it into a cocktail if you would like, but there are a lot of recipes out there that use mint because it's a very popular flavor during the holiday season. So we wanted to do a holiday mocktail box. That's what number 124 is. It is normally going to retail for $50 because it's got more stuff in it, but tonight it'll be available for $42. We figure shipping should be about $10 or $11 on that one. So, yep, there you go. Mocha mint and holiday. It's got a really, I just love these glasses. I just think it's so fun. It's round at the top, square at the bottom, which means it's pretty stable. It's a nice heavy weight. This makes life easy with the jigger and the shaker. The honey, the local honey, the spoon. And these are just some fun picks. Like, you know, you get Santa, you've got a snowflake, you've got a Rudolph, and you've got a tree. And I knew there was one more. I couldn't find it. And then you have a snowman. So just really fun picks so that you can put your seasonal fruit on for that one. And that is number 124. So there you go. Does anybody have questions? Anything anybody wants to see again? Now is your time. What I will tell you is if you have purchased one of our event-only tea blends, just let us know how many ounces you would like, and we will be happy to get those for you. I do want to say that our next live sale will be on November 6th. Happy birthday, Diane, because that's also her birthday. And we will be having an event. At the event, we will be debuting a new tea that will be a seasonal tea that is going to be a plum tea. Now, I was about to send some off to the samples, but I didn't really like how it came out. So a couple of my testers they demanded it anyway. But it's not done yet. Right now I'm leaning towards a black tea, but we've also had some people ask for it to be like an herbal tea or a caffeine-free blend. So we're not sure which way we're going yet. Feel free to reach out or put in the chat or the comments which way you think, but we will have a plum tea that will be a holiday blend as well. I do want to say that we're closing out the show on Thursday, the 21st of August. I have to look. I can't remember the dates anymore. Jill's pushing for that herbal. Diane's just like, it's going to be my birthday. Diane, it's your birthday. Tell Rob you can buy whatever you want. No holding back. And then shipping will probably start Saturday the 23rd, or it will go out Monday the 25th, depending. It's just a matter of when I get the soap. If you have something that has the soap in it, it's just a matter of as soon as it's cured sufficiently, it should be done by this Thursday, in which case I should be able to ship everything off. And this Sunday, the 24th, I will have my regular live at 6 p.m. Central, and that is our question and answer. I've already got a couple of really great questions. The 17th? Man. See, I'm trying to add a week. I need that week back. So the 17th, this Sunday, in a couple of days from now, the day after tomorrow, that is when we will have our question and answer. So if you have a question, I have a couple of, but you have a question, please feel free to shoot it in. Does anybody have any other questions? Anything they'd like to share?
What's the temperature?
Or anything that's relevant to the live? Anything they want to see again? I appreciate y'all joining me. I hope you had fun. I'm going to do the giveaway in just a second, so I haven't forgotten. I'm trying to get all my other stuff in that I usually forget. All right, so what I am giving away tonight, the $75 giveaway value, is a custom tea blend. This is a $75 value. What you get is you get to meet with me either in person. Kim, I'll get with you to see what you want for the tea. So we'll get together and I will chat with you about what you want in your custom. Same thing with you, Jill. For your custom tea half-ounce set, I will let you know. I will reach out and we can chat about what you want for your 9 choices. Okay, so we are giving away a custom tea blend. I will meet with you either in person or via video. We're going to go through a series of questions, find out a little bit more about what you want for tea, what you like, what you want the flavor to be. And then I will go and I will create a couple of samples. You will try those. We'll meet again. We'll kind of get some feedback, see which way we want to go. We'll narrow it down. I will perfect your tea for you, and then I will give you a deluxe tin. You'll get a couple of ounces, and then I will keep your recipe. For instance, Jill is drinking her custom peach tea blend tonight, and you would be able to do the same. Anytime you reorder, we'll keep your recipe on hand for you. You also get to name it, and it is permanently yours. That is what we're doing. That is the custom. So if you're interested in having the custom tea, what I will tell you is right now in the chat or comments, just put the word custom. Okay, and when I'm going to give you a minute or two to put that word custom in there if you're interested. I'm glad you think it's awesome, Jill. I have so much fun making the custom teas and getting to know what people want and things like that. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to do this one just a little bit different. So I'm giving everybody a chance to put it in there if you would like. And then we will see from there. All righty then.
4,
Yep, 4, 6.
5.
Okay. All right. I'm going to count it down. And what I am going to do is I'm going to share this. Okay. I have 4 entries, and so I'm going to count it down. Everybody quickly put custom in the chat or comments and have it done. And I'm going to do a countdown, and it's going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now I'm going to draw, and we're going to let the random thing happen. All righty. And our winner is Diane. Diane, you're the winner. Yay! She does not have to come out to Kansas. I mean, she can come out to Kansas. Diane, you have lots of friends in Kansas. You could always come out here. But congratulations, Diane. You are the winner of our giveaway tonight, the custom tee. And we are excited to get that happening for you. And anybody else have any questions or anything else? I will reach out to those who got something custom, or for those who ordered one of our event-only blends to find out how much and what kinds I want in there. Other than that, I hope I see everybody on Sunday at 6 p.m. Central. We'll be right here on the same places. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining us. Hope you had fun.
Bye.